everyone, we're back with another video. We're going to be doing, you guys know all about hamster videos. We're basically going to be talking through similar stuff, but we're going to be doing facts about our playpen, because I did mention it. And so basically I've got my hamster in there right now. He's on this flying saucer. Bless him, he endures that. But so you guys can see it because the angle is a bit hard to do in a playpen, especially because it's supposed to be on the ground in a box. But you can see a bit of it. It's a bit like a seesaw. It's a perfect thing to have in there. He goes on it a little bit, enjoys it, but if there's something in there that he really enjoys, or if he's really enjoying it, keep it in there. But if he's not really enjoying it, isn't really using it, take it out and then maybe give him an extra chance with it in a week or so and just see how he gets on. And sand baths, super important. Some people can't fit them in cages. Now, you don't need to worry, because that's the situation I've got on with my hamster. It can't fit in his cage, so we put it in his playpen. But the reason why you can't see one is just generally because of the fact we've been struggling to try and find some sand, but we keep looking. So yeah, and we'll keep planning to until we find one. And you guys might see that a little glass jar and be confused on what that is. Basically got him a little cave. It's big like a cave, but make sure if you're making caves, just use, unless stuff have been tested and you know they're okay for a hamster, don't use it if not, because it can seriously be harmful for hamsters. And I'm going to talk about the fact putting food in. Now, putting food in sometimes, in my opinion, well, when they eat in there, you don't know if they're hungry or not, because a hamster can't talk English, obviously. So some people just place food in there, but I prefer, in my opinion, I think it's better to put a food bowl in. Because the reason why is because if they, make sure you put the food bowl back in the cage afterwards. But if you give them, because if you give them food and then they stuff their cheeks, they're probably not going to want their cheeks stuffed with food for however long you put in there. And this is a question: how long do you put in there? And this is an easy question in my opinion. Half an hour, 45 minutes, whatever your hamster feels comfortable with. But make sure, I think you should rotate this. You shouldn't stop putting him in a ball because of this. You should also do that. And if you can't do that, then because hamsters do take time, they're pets, you've got to treat them with respect. So yeah, he loves his flying saucer. So if there's some things I may have said this that they just don't enjoy. No, yeah, I said that. But you can put toilet roll in there, which you can put this on the cage anyway. It's basically like blankets for them. There's put a bit of toilet roll in, but make sure you should do one square usually. Occasionally put a few in, but don't see yourself doing more than 3, and don't see yourself doing more than one consistently, square things. No, I'm gonna go get some to show you. Okay, one sec, guys. So I've got some toilet roll. And make sure it's perfectly okay for hamsters, because you don't have stuff that's got loads of stuff in it that isn't good for them. So if you guys can see, wait, I'm just getting the toilet roll up. It basically has kind of a faint line, but you basically have, they're faint line, but if you look closely into them, they're seeable. Now, what I mean is by a few squares, a few of these, having it sticked together. You don't want to be giving them more than that, and you only want to be giving them one of these consistently, or occasionally ripping it in half, make little half ones is also good. They wrap it around. My hamster really likes it. So yeah, you can also give them. I may mention this in the video, or I haven't, or I may not have. You can also put a little garden in there, chuck some basil, grow some basil, or just grow stuff that are good for hamsters. And while it's growing, like after a week or two, even if it's not fully grown yet, that's fine. Put it in there. Why not? Why would you not? Because as long as it's stuff that are okay for him, like don't be going like, I don't think you can grow citrus fruits anyway, but if you can, just don't do anything like that because that's just stupid. Because if you don't know, they can't eat that. Now I'm going to show you what I give. I don't put it in all the time, but I put it in often. It's something that looks like this. But it's in like a gardening thing. It's not a pot. It's basically you can plant stuff in there. It's basically a rectangle, and you can plant different things in there. I'm not putting it in today because I like to switch up sometimes. And guys, you see my hamsters moving up like that. You can give the hamster. There's no. I'm gonna go get him some stuff, but there's nothing to say. You need this size cage. You need this size thing. It's what's best for your hamster. Some hamsters need a bigger cage to get along in. Some don't. Some are happy-ish with a smaller one. Some are happy with smaller one, but want you to get like boxes and make a few and put different things in it. It depends on the hamster. People say, oh, you need this square inches and stuff, space. But you can't say what a hamster needs because you can't speak English. You can't say it needs this exact amount minimum. You try and find what's best for a hamster. You're not gonna always get something perfect for a hamster because you don't speak hamster language, and either do they speak English. So I'm just gonna go give him some of this grass thing. But yeah, so making mistakes with hamsters are easy. That hamsters are not as easy to interact with as dogs, even cats and stuff like that. They're not as easy to communicate with. So making mistakes, try and avoid them. But if you make mistakes, don't knock yourself because, yeah. I'm just going to say important hamster information. Make sure like one per cage, even if they're like family or stuff. When I first found that out, I was like, no, I was a bit confused. But generally it's one per cage because it sounds rude, but it's not. But they kind of don't care about interacting with other hamsters. Similarly with humans, some people want more interaction with humans than others. So yeah, pretty much most hamsters are different to each other. All hamsters are different, just like all humans are different. So if you get one hamster and you've got a technique for them and it works, you get another hamster and it doesn't look like the technique is working, change it. Don't just stick with it because of the first hamster you had. Technique was good. By the way I mean technique is food, just different playpens, different cages. You can make cages that look similar to one of these playpens. I generally think it's an amazing idea, but yeah, I haven't done it yet. But I'm certainly been thinking about doing it in the future. And this is flooring now. We put bedding as flooring because it's generally so comfortable for them. Make sure you don't have fluff bedding, as I said in the videos all about hamsters. But bedding, like, I can't remember what it's called, but just normal bedding at Pets at Home, they love it. I don't rate Pets at Home some of the stuff they sell. I'm gonna be honest. Something is slightly questionable, a bit more profitable, but they like it. So you can you can just put something, like if they swallow it, it's not bad for them. They probably wouldn't want to eat it daily as food, but they can have it. They don't hate it as far as I'm aware, but as we know, all hamsters are different, so it depends. And feeding, and this is just a fact I want to address to you. Now, you've already started the first book, taking hamsters, giving them pellets and stuff and mealworms. You can, even though I think it's better to give them more vegetable type things and get your hamsters a healthy diet rather than just getting pellets or something. Probably not all like nuggets or whatever they're called. Probably not even reading on what's on them because, yeah, and just giving it to them. I think giving them pellets and mealworms can be good for them, but vegetables should be more often, I think, myself. And now, if they don't like a food, like a vegetable or something, don't feed it to them. But also, try and make your hamster not a fussy eater. But, I mean, to be honest, I'm a fussy eater myself. But anyway, so I probably should be chatting. But anyway, forget about that. But anyway, so yeah. And if your hamster looks happy and it's got a small cage and stuff, and it looks happy, you can still get in bigger cages, make him even more happy. But if you've got a happy hamster, try and stick with what you're doing. Because if you've got a happy hamster, you're doing the right job. And look, I might get him some more stuff because these climbing stuff things a lot. But yeah, and remember, guys, your hamster can be. Some hamsters can be more patient than others. Some can be less patient. So that's a video talking about playpens. If you enjoyed that video, smash that like button, hit it hard, smash it. It's been a Project 2501. Want to know you hope you have a great rest of your day. Please subscribe out. Pure. You like biscuit, mate? Hello, mate.